Well, today what we're going to do is we're going to put a cage inside this car. I've already got the gas tank covered up with 3 layers of airbags because airbags are flame resistant. So I'm going to be welding close to the tank, so I've taken precautions that hopefully the tank won't explode. But sometimes taking precautions is a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to use up all this leftover steel. I haven't got my tax return yet, so I haven't been able to go out and buy a whole bunch of new steel for the 2018 season. I usually get my tax return in about two and a half months or so. So when I get that, I'll be able to buy new steel, but until that point in time, we're going to be using up a lot of this old steel. So we're going to be using these 2 pieces, and then we're going to be sliding this piece inside of it just to get our proper length in between. I would really like to make it so I can make these pieces to be coming out, but I really don't think that's going to happen. So I guess we'll just have to put them in, weld them in, and then let them go to scrap, I guess. But it is just cut off, so I'm not super upset. Now the sheet metal is not super thick on these cars, so I don't really want to weld the post to post right to the steel. What we're going to do is we've made up these steel plates that will actually get welded like this, right here, just like that. Seatbelt's in the way. And by welding that on, it will help dissipate the weight of the post to post bar. So by doing that, maybe I'll go lower. Can I go lower? Well, that's pretty low right there. Nah. I really like to go in the middle, but it's got that bulge. Maybe I'll just smash that in. We're going to go right there with these post-to-post plates. And what this will do is help equalize the pressure applied when you get hit, because you don't want that post-to-post bar ripping out, and you definitely don't want it sinking into the car to the point where it's not going to do you any good. So let's get these plates tacked into place and go from there. Now that the plates are welded on, is we're going to basically set up our cage now. And this is not ideally what I like to do. I like to have full lengths of steel, but because I'm dealing with the cutoffs like I am, and a lot of you guys deal with cutoffs as well, because not every time can you have nice brand new steel. A lot of the times around here, I even struggle, and I actually use used steel quite a bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to put the white on the outside on both sides, and then we're going to slide the gray inside of it. So can't really weld it on there and then slide everything inside because it's going to be too long. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to slide everything inside of each other, like so. And I have an axle stand inside here. Now, it isn't going to hold both sides, but as long as it holds one side up where it is, and then I'm going to be able to tack weld the other, and then I can put a level on it and get it to where I want. So let's get the far side up and tacked, because this side here is being held up with the jack stand. Side tack welded, I can lift it up slightly, get rid of the axle stand, and now slide this end in. I've got some tack welds there, so she isn't going to move, but I'd like to put a couple more solid beads on, like not beads, but good tacks. So so it doesn't break. Of welds on either side. Now what I want is I want to make sure that this piece, this middle piece, is slid into both sections evenly before I weld it. I'm pretty happy with where that is, so I'm just going to give it a couple good tack welds. Now that's welded in there, it's actually tack welded in there, pretty damn solid. What we're going to go do right now is we're going to turn the welder up and we're going to grab some tip dip. Because now that I'm welding this thick square tubing to these 1/4 inch thick plates I welded in, I can actually turn the welder up to make sure the welds are much stronger and they penetrate deeper into the metal. So we're going to go turn that up and yeah. So there you go, we have the post-to-post bar installed in Project NUKEM. Now, this is a little higher than what I like my post-to-post bars to be. I like them to be a little bit lower. And as you may tell, on this car, the post-to-post bar is actually much, much lower. But, like I said, I'm not certain where this car is going to go, but there's a rule saying that the post-to-post bar has to be 12 inches off of the floor. And I don't know if they're considering that the floor or that the floor. Both, to me, they're both floors. So, whatever. We put the post-to-post up there. They'll probably never inspect that at the Derby, but the next thing we got to do is run our gas tank protector around it. We're just going to go for another simple design on these gas tank protectors. I don't need to be doing some crazy designs. Honestly, if I just have 2 bars coming back with a piece of angle at the back, I'm pretty happy with designs like that because they work. They're simple and they work. So that's all I really want, is something that works, right? So we went with the simple approach for the gas tank protector. We just have 2 pieces of angle, still quite hot, so I don't really want to touch it. Just going back to a piece of C-channel. Basically, all I'm doing is using the scraps I had around my workshop to do this. So we just put a nice amount of weld right there, angled it down. It's basically 2 inches off all steel, so it meets everybody's rules, and that's all we're really going to do for the gas tank protector on this. So as far as I'm concerned, this cage is just about done. We're not going to really put any door bars in this as of yet, or I don't even know if we are going to put any door bars in this. But I don't really know as of this point. The next step we're going to do is go grab a seat and throw a seat into this. So it'd be nice to have a seat back into this. We're going to be putting another manual seat into this. I do not want to have any power options. The power seats I had a bad experience with, so we're not going to put a power seat in. And once the seat's in, then we can start filling the sunroof. And once the sunroof's filled, then I don't really know what's next. Stay tuned. Well, there you go. I'm sitting in the driver's seat, hand on the shifter, reverse, low, reverse, low. That's right. You better watch out. Park. We got the battery in, we got our computer in, we got the sunroof covered, we got the cage in. This is looking pretty good. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this went. Everything's going in there pretty good. Some of the next things we got to do is we basically got to do the front end of this. I'm going to add 4 pieces of threaded rod to the hood. If I have to take some out, I got to take some out. I'm not sure. We got to tie the door shut. We got to finish the electrical, but obviously we're going to do the electrical before we do the doors. Other than that, this car is almost pretty much done. But I'm happy to say that this thing's getting farther and farther every day. It's getting closer and closer to the paint job. So thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you guys hit the like button and leave a comment, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Take care.